If you love inexpensive and fun craft for fall, this is the episode for you. Let's get started. It's always a fun day when we get to go to Dollar Tree and find some fun goodies to craft with, especially when it's fall decor. Our local Dollar Tree is all full of fall decor and crafts, and I found this red truck with some pumpkins in the back, and I grabbed it, and I wanted to turn it into a completely different style, but still have that truck look that we love. So the first thing I want to do is remove everything from it, the galvanized sleeve, the strings that it had on it, and then I'm going to take my blade knife and I'm just going to remove the bottom from the top, just like this. Then I'm just going to sand it down just a little bit to make sure it's nice and smooth. I'm going to tape the wheels because I'm not going to do anything to the tires. I want them to stay that color. Everything else, I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. I am now going to take some of these pumpkins that you can find at the Dollar Tree. They've got the little clips, but we're going to remove those as well as the stems. And then we are going to cut them directly in half. So now we're going to have half pumpkins. And I'm going to do that to 2 of them. And then I'm going to paint them. I'm going to paint one of them in this beautiful teal color. It's by Behr, and it's called Mossy Bench. It's one of my favorite colors by Behr, and I'm going to paint 2 of them that color. The other 2, I'm just going to brighten them up with some white. This is the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. I went outside and I got a stick, and I'm just going to cut them in smaller little sticks, and these are going to be my stems for my pumpkins. So I'm just going to hot glue them to the back of each pumpkin. I am now going to take some foam core from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut a few pieces. This is going to be about 1.5 inches, give or take. And it's going to be the same width, or I guess height, as the back of the truck. I'm going to cut 2 of them, and then I'm going to hot glue them to the back of the bottom of the truck. I am now going to cut another piece of foam core. This time I'm going to measure it to see in the width of those foam cores that I hot glued to the back, and then I'm going to cut a piece of it. What I want to create is a 3D truck that's going to have the look of a truck, and that it has the effect of having the pumpkins inside the bed. So I'm going to hot glue the top portion of the foam core to the top portion of the truck. Now I'm just going to take some antiquing wax by Waverly, and I'm just going to start distressing and antiquing a little bit of the edges, and then creating the truck design that it originally had. But of course, when I painted it, it went away. So I'm just going to give it that effect, and I'm not looking for perfection. I want it to be very farmhouse, very rustic, and I think I nailed it. Hopefully, you're going to have to let me know. So now I'm just going to continue to add some details with a detail brush, and I'm going to do that to the top as well. If you remember, the original truck had a happy harvest words on it, and you can still kind of sort of see it through the white. So I'm just going to use that to guide me, and I'm going to use the same Mossy Bench color, and I'm just going to trace it. Friends, I want to remind you that I have my Amazon store linked down below in the description box. I put all of my favorite Amazon products and supplies there. And if you follow me there, and anytime I add any new products, you'll be notified. So check it out. It is linked down below. All right, so now it's time to join both ends together again. It's going to look exactly like it did, but it's just going to have a 3D effect, and it's going to have a little opening in the center. And then it's time to start hot gluing the cute little pumpkins. I'm just going to start hot gluing them in different positions so that they look like they've been tossed in the back of this truck and they are just tilted. And then I'm going to add some leafy, kind of like dry picks that I found at the Dollar Tree. We're just going to cut smaller pieces of it and just going to start pushing them through in between the pumpkins. And this is just going to give it a little bit more of that fall look. But I love these colors. I absolutely love the way this truck turned out. Those colors are not traditional fall colors, but I am so in love. If you enjoy DIY home decor, this is the channel for you. I post every single week, so make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of the content. For the next DIY, I am going to take these wood slices that was sent to me by Artisa. They're quite large. They're about, I'm going to say about 10 inches wide. And I'm going to grab 3 of them. The first one I am going to paint in this beautiful yellow tone by Rust-Oleum Milk Paint. The other one by Rust-Oleum Milk Paint in the Highland Blue. And the other one is going to be Rust-Oleum Chalk Paint in the Chiffon Cream. Once I had them painted, I am going to drill a hole in each pumpkin right on top, as well as on these wood stems from the Dollar Tree. This is going to allow me to add the stems to the top of the wood slices, which are going to be pumpkins. So I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue in the hole that I made in each slice. Place a little dowel. It could also be a skewer stick. Once it's in there, I'm going to cut it and leave about a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to add hot glue to the hole in the stem and then place it right in. This is going to create a very strong bond, and it's not going to go anywhere, and I'll do the same thing with the other 2. I also want to let you know that I am very active on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook page actually just got an uplift, so connect with me there. They are linked down below as well. I took some Dollar Tree nautical rope and I separated all the strands, very separated, until I had all these little curly strands. And I'm just going to tie it around each stem, and then I'm going to add some leaves to it. This is going to add some of those traditional colors for fall, but I think adding them right there just kind of puts everything together, and it looks absolutely stunning. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2. I wanted these pumpkins to actually be able to stand, and although they had a little bit of a thickness to it, they weren't standing up really straight, so I added a piece of scrap wood. I'm going to wood glue it as well as brad nail it. This is going to give me that extra support so that these pumpkins can stand. And tell me these are not the most beautiful pumpkins you've ever seen. I love them. If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure you take a second and give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up really helps my channel grow, and it helps this video reach more people. For the next DIY, I'm going to take these 2 drawers that were left over from an old dresser that I flipped. I loved them, but I didn't want to use the entire drawer. I just want to use the front of them. So I unscrewed them from the actual drawer and cleaned them very well. And then it's time to start giving them some color. This is just going to use some white by Rust-Oleum, and I'm going to give them each 2 coats. Then once the paint was dry, I'm just going to distress the edges just a little bit to pop those corners out, those edges, and also give that a little bit more dimension. I'm going to create these wall sconces with just some florals for fall. So I'm just going to dab a little dot in each side just to know where I need to drill a couple of holes, and this is how we're going to tie the florals to them. I'm going to string some wire through them, and then we're going to tie it and twist it in the back. Of course, I cut off the excess stems so that it is nice and flush to the bottom of each sconce. Aren't these already so beautiful? The white in contrast with the yellow. These picks, I believe I got at Hobby Lobby, but I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember where I got them, but I just love the color. I'm going to take some burlap fabric or some burlap ribbon from burlapfabric.com and make a very simple bow, and then hot glue it to the center of each. This is just going to allow to cover that wire, but also add more texture. And then I'm going to hot glue a pine cone to each. That way it'll have that in the center, kind of pulling that brown. And I think they turn out absolutely stunning. I love that I was able to use these drawers that were just left over, and how stunning do these look. For the next DIY, I'm going to take these 2x4s that were scrapped and left over from other projects, and I'm just going to mark where I want to cut. I want these to be one large, one medium, one small. Once I had them cut using my miter saw, I sanded them down just lightly to make sure there are no splinters and they're nice and smooth. I'm going to use the same Venetian yellow by Rust-Oleum Milk Paint, and I'm going to paint all 3 of them. We're going to create some more pumpkins. This time they're of course going to look a little different, but still so beautiful. So I'm just going to paint them and let it dry. I am now going to distress them. I want them to have a little bit more of a farmhouse distressed look. So I'm going to use my palm sander and a 220 grit sandpaper and just kind of sand them down, focusing more on the edges. Once again, I am going to drill holes on top of each, and I'm also going to drill holes on top of each stem. This is going to be exactly the same as the other one. We're going to do the same process. Add hot glue in the hole, add a little bit of a skewer or a small dowel, cut off the excess, leaving about a 1/2 inch, adding more hot glue in the stem, and then attaching it to the wood pumpkin. That easy. I added colorful leaves to the other ones, but because these pumpkins are yellow, I decided to add green leaves, and I love the way they turned out. This is such a cool way. Anyone can do this. You can do this if you have scrap wood, if you have any other type of wood or anything else at home, you can do it. For the next DIY, it's a Dollar Tree DIY. We're going to take this wooden leaf that you can find currently at a Dollar Tree for $1.25. I'm going to paint it in that same beautiful mossy bench color by Bear. I'm also going to use these doilies from Dollar Tree. I believe they come 2 in a pack. I'm just going to use one of them and I'll place it right on top. Now I'm going to hot glue it all around the edge of the leaf. Using my X-Acto knife, I'm going to cut off the excess doily so that it matches the design and the shape of the leaf. Using the same technique I used earlier, I'm just going to use some of the Waverly Antiquing Wax and distress and antique the edges of the leaf. This is going to cause this leaf to have dimension and just a little bit more of character. I painted one more of those little pumpkins in that same beautiful blue mossy bench, and I just left a little stem on it on this one, and then I just hot glued it to the bottom of the leaf and added this beige leaf from Dollar Tree. I found this Harvest galvanized sign at Dollar Tree. They come a pack of 3. I'm going to spray this one in the golden tone, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the center of the leaf. And that's it for this one. I added a little bit of a string to the back to be able to hang it, but what a stunning way to update these wooden leaves. Of course, you can paint them any other color you want. I just love this combination and it's beautiful. All right, friends, you're gonna have to let me know which one is your favorite. I can't choose. I think I actually love them all completely equally. Let me know though which one is your favorite. If you are visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, welcome back. I have another video and another playlist here with tons more fall decor inspiration. Check them out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.